Namaste and welcome to the Essence of Knowledge weekly meeting. This meeting is a part of the Essence of Knowledge program, and we discuss the spiritual topics, especially the path of knowledge. I try to answer your questions regarding the contents of the program, and we conduct exams, and I try to help in the practices for those who are in the program. This program is available for all the seekers of path of knowledge on gyanmarg.guru. It is totally free and totally online. So as you know, there are no lectures in the meetings. It is totally only questions and answers. So if there are any questions, they're most welcome. Bhupen has a question that people's death decides their next birth, as which plexus was active during the death. So do the rise of Kundalini also happens on the path of knowledge. Which plexus is minimum desirable for a human birth? So probably I was answering somebody's question about some other path in the video that you mentioned. On the path of knowledge, there is no death. Death will not happen. There is no birth. There is no plexus, chakras or kundalini on the path of knowledge. There are no such practices where you can desire some kind of plexus. You should remember, yes, if you want to join some other path, then all these information will be useful for you. And if that information comes from somebody, a big teacher, a reputed, experienced teacher, then it will be beneficial. Otherwise, it is not your path. If it is not your path, if people are simply discussing these matters, like I was doing probably in that video, or you are simply curious what happens there, then it is of no use. Why is there no death on the path of knowledge? Will this body never die? And will the bodies never take birth in future? No, it is not like this. Here we know that I am not this body which takes birth. Probably in other paths they do not know these things, or they don't want to know. They like it wherever they are. Remember, you are on the highest path. You are Brahman. You are the whole existence. Are you interested in dying and taking birth? Let me know. Or are you interested in doing all these practices? Are you interested in taking another path, which is somewhat lower than the path of knowledge, where the identification with the body, births, and whatever is beyond body is so strong that they need to do some kind of practice? Bhupen is saying no. Then this information is of no use. Yes, POK, path of knowledge, is the best path in this universe. If it fails, only then these other tricks are used. If you're so sure that I was born here and I will die, then it is very, you can say, desirable that you do something about it. But if you're sure that it is not me who takes birth, it is not me who dies, these are illusions, like a dream, then no intelligent person will do anything about it. It is perfect as it is. Creatures taking birth and creatures dying, they are doing it perfectly in a most beautiful way. It is all happening. If it is all happening so perfectly, who will want to disturb the balance of it, the balance of nature? Nobody. Do the rise of Kundalini also happen on the path of knowledge? No. If somebody has already done all these practices, they will get a little bit of boost on the path of knowledge. Because ultimately the illusion is same. If it is being handled in some other path, same illusion. If it is known on the path of knowledge, same illusion. Although if a person has never even heard about these things, never practiced, nothing will happen. Because it's not important. So I think you must have heard these things, like from me also. And it is very dangerous to have some kind of half knowledge, half information, and try to do some kind of plexus thing, especially if you are not on that path and if nobody is teaching you. So remember, nothing is desirable for a human birth. You are not human. You are the divine light that animates this human, which never dies. Focus your attention there, not on this puppet made up of 5 elements. Do not focus there. Let it live nicely, happily. Keep it happy. Give it food, give it security, give it whatever it wants. And there is nobody to give it, but let it happen like this. There is no need to interfere in the working of what is happening, especially after knowing it is not me. And another way is everything is me. So you are the Kundalini also. You are that which is taking all the forms, which is dying a million times every day, which is taking birth countless times every day. You are that from the non-dual point of view. Now, how many plexus do you want to fix? So, one path, one guru, one practice, one focus, one pointed attention. Then you will progress. Otherwise, you will gather random facts about all kinds of practices in the universe. That's what you will become, a hard disk of information instead of a seeker who has achieved something, who has actually practiced something. Yes, if path of knowledge fails, you fail to realize that I am the divine, I am that light which is forever shining beyond time, beyond bodies, beyond worlds. If this fails, if you fail to realize, if it is not true for you, then immediately you should change the path. Go back to something which is more worldly, which is more physical, like Hatha Yoga, Kundalini, whatever it's called. There are many actually like this, many paths. So, while I can tell you so much about these things that it will be enough to write a full book, I can tell you all these things. It's completely useless for a seeker of the path of knowledge. Why was I telling something in that video? It is simply for information, not to teach you anything. It is not path of knowledge. Actually, I encourage people to leave that kind of practice. Why? Because I see that people are doing it without guidance. Or they read it here and there, or they listen to some video here and there, they start doing it. Sit like this, breathe like this. And like a monkey, they follow it, copy it, without knowing that it is extremely dangerous. First, they do not know what will happen. Second, they do not know what should happen. There is no goal there. Like Bhupen, it does not seem to have any goal here. Why do you want human birth? Is this not enough? Are you not capable of fulfilling the purpose of a human birth in this birth? So it looks like there is some lack of goal here, lack of direction. Although I cannot give you a direction, but once you choose a direction, once you choose a goal, I can tell you how to reach there. I cannot impose my own goals. No, don't do this, do that which I did. No. I'll leave you free to choose what you want, provided you want something meaningful. And then I can send you there, send to somebody else, some other teacher. So I think you have also asked many things which are completely unrelated to the path of knowledge. So my suggestion is sit down one day and decide your path. You have tried this, you have tried that, now you are trying path of knowledge. Now you need to become stable. Decide what is your goal, what do you want? You want next human birth? Or you want freedom from human births? Or you want only knowledge? Or you want some kind of other occult practices? Then probably you will get a meaningful answer from me. Otherwise it will be chit chat and entertainment only. So he's saying while practicing awareness, it is just my recognition that I am the experiencer, but not my direct experience. How can it be my direct experience? How can you experience the experiencer? Can somebody tell me? Because this is a very basic question, I know. How can you experience the experiencer? Anybody wants to answer? Yes, Anurikta is saying you are already that. Yes, I am that. How to get a direct experience? Naina is saying I am that. Anurikta, how can you can only abide, just pure being? Yes, yes. Is there a way to look at it directly? Like any other experience. He wants a direct experience of the experiencer. What is the method? He's saying, I want only knowledge. No problem. You will get only knowledge here. I cannot give you anything else also. And knowledge is only simply removal of blind beliefs. Knowledge also will not be given. So it is a deep mystery. How to see myself directly? Because he said, it is just my recognition that I am the experiencer. but he was unable to see himself. How to do that? Which experience is my experience? Girish is saying if we could look at it directly, it would become experience. We just know that the essence of everything is experiencer. Nana is saying, who is experiencing? Yes. See, these people have also done the same program that Bhupen has done. How come Bhupen does not know that experience cannot be experiencer and experiencer cannot be experience? I am asking Bhupen, how is it possible that all of you are taking the same teaching from the same person and these people know you don't know? How is that possible? You are trying to experience the experiencer. You are thinking that it is another experience. What is self-realization? Can somebody write in one sentence? What am I? Which experience am I? World, object, body, mind, anything else? Supernatural? Which experience will be me? This is, elementary self-realization. Yes, Anurikta is saying cannot experience yourself. I am experiencer is self-realization. Yes. Experiencer is a name given to myself. But what am I? Which experience will be me? Can somebody name that experience? Physical, mental? Yes, no experience can be me. Then why are you trying to get a direct experience? Yes, emptiness. Nice thing, emptiness. How will you experience emptiness? In which form it will appear? I am asking people here because, the answer is simply one sentence actually. Self-realization is, I am not any experience. Because just like she said, if I am an experience that is happening in front of me, who is getting that experience? That will be the question. So, unfortunately, if you can experience yourself, it will not be you. Now what to do? You can be what you are. How to be what you are? By knowing what you are not. Do not be what you are not. So it looks like you are still trying to find yourself in some kind of experience. Self-realization has not happened. This is interesting because he has already verified the teachings and passed the exam also. Hopefully I'm right. Have you passed the exam? Yes, probably he's doing awareness practice. So yes. So you have verified it that I am not any experience. So how come it happened that you are still looking in the experience? Where will you experience the experiencer? Because it is not an experience. You must have verified it yourself. And if you are doing awareness practice, that means you have the knowledge, self-knowledge. That's why you are able to become aware. So bad news, it cannot be your direct experience. You can know it by being it, by not mistaking it as something else. Pure being. Yes, the next part was do contemplation and abiding alone shall take me to direct experience of the experience. Contemplation means verification of the teachings and abiding means awareness practice. Remaining in the truth. They will not take you to direct experience of experiencer. Hopefully it is clear. But I am not able to attain the emptiness yet. Bhupen is saying. What is the definition of emptiness? Can you write? Now this time the question is for Bhupen only. Others please do not write. What is the definition of emptiness? What do you understand by the word emptiness? So this is the beauty of meetings, you see. You can directly here clear your doubts. What is the meaning of the word emptiness? I should not be experiencing anything while in emptiness state. That is another thing. I am asking about the meaning of the word emptiness. What is emptiness state? It is okay, you are not experiencing anything. That will be state of the mind. If you close your eyes, you close your ears, you won't experience anything. He's saying full of potential. No. Potential, infinite potential is another name of emptiness. But what is the meaning? What is the definition? So I'll ask other people now. Hopefully everybody knows these things. Nana is saying when everything, all illusions and all ignorance is removed, what remains is emptiness. No, that is what remains is knowledge. When all illusions and beliefs and ignorance is removed, what remains is knowledge. Emptiness is always there. So what is it? How are we defining emptiness? And Rikta is saying when there is nothing to add or remove. No, that is perfection. Why do we say existence is complete? Because there is nothing that can be added or removed. It is called beauty or perfection. Bhupen is saying emptiness is the true nature of the existence. Well, yes, that is correct. That sentence is correct. It is the true nature of the existence. Is the existence not experiencing anything? Then it will not be emptiness according to you. Then this will become false, that its true nature is emptiness, because it is always experiencing infinite things. Krish is saying emptiness is where every experience happens. It is what exists. That is the experiencer. That is also correct. Anurikta is saying emptiness is experiencer. Yes. The way it is defined in the program is that emptiness means lacking any substance. It is not made up of anything. So the intellect says it is empty. There is nothing here. I cannot see anything. That's what the intellect will say. What do you see in the experiencer? Which qualities? What material? What energy? What activity? I am asking Bhupen. You want a direct experience of it. So take a look and let me know. Right now you are the experiencer. Let me know what do you observe in the experiencer. What qualities are there? What substance it is made up of? Is it there or not? Bhupen is saying the experience is emptiness and devoid of any quality. No worldly events happen in this state. Well, sentence is little bit confusing. I want to draw your attention to the fact that right now, right here, you are the experiencer that is completely empty. Nothing is happening there. Our senses will not say that something is there. Our mind will not say anything. Our intellect will say there is nothing. And the word given to that state is emptiness. You can say zero also. Shunya in Sanskrit. I am emptiness. You don't have to attain the state of emptiness. You are emptiness. Realize this thing. And this direct experience is enough that I am devoid of any qualities. Qualities are experiences that are fleeting, changing, illusory. We are talking at the level of duality here. Not non-duality, duality, where I am separate from the experience. So your definition that I should not be experiencing anything while in emptiness is completely imaginary. It is completely made up. Remember, you as a human being do not experience anything. And the experiencer is universal. It is always experiencing everything. Everybody is one experiencer. If the human being drops dead or shuts down the senses, or say the brain stops working, the experience will not stop. It will continue in front of the universal experiencer through different other instruments. There are countless humans, countless creatures. All of these instruments are providing some or other kind of experience. So first, it is already empty. Nothing can be done to make it empty. And it cannot stop experiencing. Why it cannot stop experiencing? That answer will come at the level of non-duality. Why? It is actually the experience also. Experience and experiencer are one. Therefore, the experience will never go away. The Brahman exists with the Maya. This is the old saying, old way to teach. New way, the energy and the consciousness, they are one. Hopefully that these common words will be more clear for some people. What is happening is energy of consciousness, and whatever is perceiving it is pure consciousness. They are one, not two. Nothing goes away. So your expectation that I am experiencing and I should stop experiencing to become emptiness is complete ignorance. Just like your expectation that I should see myself in some form is complete ignorance. The interesting thing here is, it is happening after all the teachings were given, after you have meditated, contemplated on it, you verified it as true, you passed the exam, and you are doing awareness practice. So how is it possible that a person with this kind of training falls back in ignorance? How is it possible? And takes interest in some other occult paths. So for everybody, this is an example that this can happen. You see, this can happen. Why does this happen? There is a name for it. It is called impurities. There are impurities that are pushing this seeker back into darkness. What is the impurity here? Indoctrination. The past, whatever he has heard in his previous seeking, he is not able to let it go in the light of new knowledge. He still thinks that I can experience myself by sitting in a meditation or by activating Kundalini. Or emptiness means that there is no experience. while fully going through the whole program, completely knowing that experience never stops, never starts. There is no time. Emptiness means there are no qualities. The past impressions are so strong that they are not allowing Bhupen to abide in knowledge. So everybody should see it is happening in front of your eyes now. For me, I see these cases every day. This happens in front of me every day. Very well educated and intelligent people, they forget the evidence and they fall back into imagination. Delusion, there is a name for this. It's not imagination. You are not trying to imagine something and trying to find the consequence of it. That is proper contemplation. Let me imagine if the experiencer had a shape and a form and a material. Now, what will happen? Now, this is a very good way to verify that it will become an experience of some kind and it will be fleeting and illusory. It will not be the truth. It will not be the unchanging reality of what I am. Just it takes 1 minute to realize this thing. But his imagination is completely delusion that whatever I heard before is true, not this path of knowledge. Here the definition of emptiness is completely wrong. Let me forget about these things. Or when the teaching was given that I was never born, well, that is not so important. Let me try to do something to take human birth. So what I can do here is I can suggest that you go through all the chapters again. Basics, definitions. What is the meaning of experiencer? What is the meaning of emptiness? And what is the self-realization? What is the evidence for it? Do they only say that it is emptiness, zero? Or is there any proper evidence for it? What is the meaning of evidence? Do I simply hear it in the video? Or do I need to check my direct experience and utilize the logical ability? Go through all 20 chapters again and then your proper training will happen. Go through the verification again. Then you will be able to abide in emptiness. If you don't know the meaning of emptiness, there is no point in doing the awareness practice, you see. If you don't know the meaning of experiencer, that it is not any experience. Even a child knows this on the path of knowledge. You see, these people are very young. They're like children. They know this. So once you know who you are, you will be able to abide as what you are. Emptiness is your name. Experiencer is your name. Infinite potential existence Brahman is your name. How will you become that which you already are? How? Which practice? Which chakra? How will a man become a man? If the man is not something, yes, you can convert him into a man, but how? How will gold become gold? You see, the gold can take forms, but it cannot become gold. It is already gold. So knowledge is simply removing this ignorance that I am some kind of form, not gold. Gold is pure, noble. You are the same. You are pure, noble, divine. Divine means light, shine, brightness, everything, every form, every experience. Even your delusions and imaginations, they are illuminated by the experiencer which you are. So no problem, this happens. This happens to so many people. I see them every day, that their past is not letting them absorb the new knowledge. I could have said information, but now this is not information. You must have verified it. It has become your knowledge now. So why is the old troubling you? Yes, probably knowledge did not happen. So no point in awareness practice right now because you won't be able to abide. You verify it again. You listen to it again. That is your practice now. And contemplate, where am I wrong? What is my indoctrination telling me? And what is the truth? Again and again you should verify. And there is another way actually, that if you cannot understand all these words, you cannot find them in your experience, if they are meaningless for you, or the meaning changes, the meaning is not as per the teachings, which means our program. The program is nothing but old teachings only. Sometimes the names are changed, that's all. So Advaita becomes non-duality, something like this. It is simplified for English speaking people. So if these teachings are not verified, my suggestion will be simply drop the path of knowledge, leave it. And continue with what you like. Continue where you can see the experiencer in that path. Continue where you can become empty of any experience. Probably there is something like this, because path of knowledge is not the ultimate holy moly path of grand people. No, it's not like this. There are many paths which will give you what you desire. If it is not giving you what you desire, it's not your path. If you're not getting established in emptiness, if it's not your direct experience who you are, then this path will be completely useless. You see, whatever I said about other paths in the beginning, that it is useless, yes, the same is true for path of knowledge. If you do not have a proper goal, it is useless. The goal on the path of knowledge is destruction of ignorance. You will not see anything. You will not get established anywhere. You will not become empty. You will not become full. Your ignorance will be dissolved completely because you're already all these things. There is another way to know how to experience myself. Look around you. What do you see? Room, furniture, items, trees, people, animals. What are these? Can somebody tell me what are these things? It is your direct experience right now. You learn that these are not me, but go higher at the level of non-duality. Experience, yes. What is that? Is it not me? At the level of non-duality, am I not everything that is present right now? It is also me, yes. You want a direct experience of who you are, simply open your eyes. Whatever is in front of you is also you. You are the whole. Yes, they are illusions, no problem, but they are me. Why do we call them illusions? To remind us that that is not the truth. The objects are not really there. They are my forms. And I am not a person. You can say, no, how can a human being take all these forms? How can human being become table and chair and rooms and walls? No, I am not a human being. The human is also my form. This is the basic teaching, essential knowledge on the path of knowledge. This is the essence of knowledge. So take a look. Anywhere you look, you will find only you, nobody else. That is direct experience. You will also find that these illusions are also empty. Ultimately, that which appears has no substance. It is not made up of anything. It is like a dream. It is also empty because essentially it is me. It is also emptiness. So what am I witnessing actually is me. Which special experience is me? Now there is a problem here. That will mean that other experiences are somebody else, something else, not me. That does not seem logical in the light of teachings that there is only one experiencer. There is only one experience. There is only one existence. Probably everybody must have verified it in their basic analysis of these three names. These three names are not the three things. They are three names of one thing, which is not a thing. It is simply being. It is simply presence, pure presence. That's what is there right now. If you don't want to call it me, it's okay, perfectly okay. It's not I. There is no I. There is only all. It exists. That's all there is. Everything else is a delusion, ignorance, imaginary, made up thoughts in the mind. And the funny thing is, they are also me. Even if the thought is saying that I am something special, I am something else, these objects are solid, truth, physical things, all these thoughts are also me. So, two levels. It appears that sometimes I am saying I am not everything, look at the essence. But on another level, I say I am everything, forget the essence. So if you mix these two levels, these two steps of realization, if you mix them, nothing will make sense. At the level of duality, if you try to find myself as an experience, it will never happen. Because at the level of duality, I am the essence. Essence has no form, qualityless. And if at the level of non-duality, you try to find a specific experience which is me, because somebody told you that all experience is me. Let me find myself in this experience. You will never find. Because I am not a particular experience. I am the whole. So mixing the teachings is a disaster. Mixing the levels of the teachings is a bigger disaster. So then I'm saying, if I say my essence is empty, rest everything is illusionary. Is it right? Yes, perfectly right. The meaning of the word illusion is, it seems to be present, but it is not. That is the meaning of illusion. Maya. It is a translation of Sanskrit word Maya. I mean, probably in English, illusion means something else, but we have adopted this word, illusion. So it is that which is actually not there. So isn't it also empty? If it is not there, By definition, the qualities that are present there are not there. It is also without any qualities. There seems to be something. How and why? This is a now bigger topic. How the senses create this illusion, while the senses themselves are illusion. And that is the study of illusion, science, Vigyan, occult. That is a different topic, isn't it? The essential thing is the illusion is my false appearance. That's all. Probably the Brahman or the experiencer got bored that nobody can see me, I cannot see myself, I need to do something about this situation. So it took forms. But since it is empty, it cannot take real form. It cannot become something. So it produced the illusion. It produced a dream. The dream is the dreamer. Dreamer is the dream. They never become two. They never become many. Now this description is very poetic. Do not try to understand it. It is poetry. Nothing like this happened. It does not matter which words you choose to describe the essential knowledge. It all is same. It will appear like conflicting or contradictory to somebody who never understood what these words mean, never tried to verify in their own experience. Is it true or not? If they fail to verify it, all these teachings will be simply contradictory mumbo-jumbo, meaningless. That is why simply listening will not give you knowledge. You listen to the highest guru in the world, you will not get knowledge. Because knowledge, the source is you, isn't it? The source is you. It does not matter what people keep saying. It should be true for you. We are giving you method to find out. Because you are seekers, you are seeking. So I offer you a technique to find out. The technique is very simple. Check your experience. Use your intellect. This is the fastest way. There are slower ways, yes. But probably, if this much is not understood, how can a person understand all these things? Kundalini and all these things. What is happening there? Who knows? Knowledge is the foundation. On this foundation, then every other practice stands up. Our path is direct because we bypass all these things and simply arrive at the source. Source is nobody, you only. So verification is necessary. Finding the truth is necessary. If it is not verified, if it's not found true, it is necessary to leave and check something else because it will be a waste of time. This technique failed, that means. The name of the technique is Path of Knowledge. It failed. So that is why it is very clear in our program that if you cannot verify something, drop the path. It does not mean that the path is wrong. And it does not mean that you are wrong or you are lagging somewhere. It simply means it's not suitable right now. This technique is not suitable for you. Simply means like this. Because the area of spirituality is very vast. Just like I said, path of knowledge is only one of the technique, one way, one path to reach the ultimate. Anurikta is saying, can you achieve ascension just by doing awareness practice? Nothing more needed? Yes. This is a good question, yeah. Ascension means realizing your highest potential, isn't it? This is a seeming evolution of the body-mind, of this layered structure of mind. And ascension simply means going up in the ladder of evolution. Where will you ascend? You are already the whole, isn't it? So it is simply a play of illusion that is happening. And yes, and the best way to speed it up is by awareness practice. Automatically it will speed up. Why did I say speed up, not start? Because it is happening anyway. This is not our doing. The process of spiritual evolution or ascension is not invented by humans. It is inherent in the existence. These things happen in the illusion. There is destruction also. There is descending also. But obviously, as a human, we are not interested in that part. The destruction also happens. But we are interested in going up, in realizing the highest potential of this form. So it is possible. It is not possible to start it because it's already there. It is possible to speed it up. And awareness practice is the highest practice that does it very fast. There are more practices like purification practice, which are added in your program simply to help you achieve this goal of ascension. Nothing more is needed. But still, we provide you something more, you see. Service, another way. It's like a rocket. It will take you there, final form. What is the ascended form? It is complete formlessness. This will be like a story because it's not your experience and you cannot even verify it right now. So it is a faith-based thing. it seems that something has progressed so far to this human entity, human-like thing, human creature. It looks like that can be verified. It's very easy. Look at you. You have all the qualities. I mean, the human form has all the qualities of all the animals from a single cell, isn't it? You are made up of cells. From a single cell to fish and mammals and whatever forms this existence takes is all present right now. Plus, there is a human element, emotions, love, intelligence, spirituality, isn't it? It's going up somewhere. So you can logically conclude that there has to be something more, because you know that the potential is infinite in the existence. And then look at those who have already progressed beyond you. They will tell you how to do it. The one who progressed beyond you is your teacher, is your guide. In India, we call them Guru. It's nothing special. Why do we call it Guru Dev? Dev means divine, isn't it? Divya. Because somehow we know that they have something more than an ordinary person. They have ascended to a height which is not human. So it will be impossible for an ordinary person or a seeker to find out where they are. But they can ask politely, where are you? Can you take me there? And some of them will do the favor. They will teach you. So they taught us the path of knowledge, isn't it? Just like every other path. These gurus, we call them the guru field because they are not one. The next step in ascension is loss of individuality, isn't it? It is an illusion. It is ignorance. That I am an individual is an ignorance. So that will be lost. I think many of you already lost it. Do you still believe you are an individual? And I don't even think that anybody will believe these things now. Probably you have a doubt that I am something else, not the thing that was told in the program. But I think many of you will give up this idea of individuality. It is a complex structure. That's all we know. Even without path of knowledge, we know these things. Part of the environment. So there is already no individuality, but it can be taken higher towards universality. What will you become? You will become the whole, which you already are. It's like a play, game. It's already happening, but you can accelerate it, accelerate the progress. And you can see that if the next level is non-individuality and the awareness practice helps to dispel the ignorance of individuality, you have already progressed. You have already taken the step to the next level in the ascension. So this is a small example how awareness practice will cause accelerated evolution of this dream thing, illusion, which is appearing in this form. So another example is dropping all that which is unnecessary. Like I keep saying like this in satsangs and videos. And probably there is a video in your step number 4 also, if I'm right, that tells you to drop the unnecessary. What is this unnecessary? It is that which is a burden you are carrying, and it is slowing down your evolution, ascension. What are the unnecessary things? Attachments to objects, to money, to body, to relations, to whatnot. Even attachment to your guru and spiritual practices, a form of attachment only. These are not to be carried. These are to be used and thrown away. So drop the unnecessary. This is a practice on the path of knowledge. Become minimalist in every sense. If you choose to do that, you will speed up the evolution 1,000 times in one lifetime. It is possible. Always remember, it is not me who is ascending. I am the ascended one. I am the one who is already at the top. My lower forms are ascending or descending. Actually, it is one thing. It goes in cycles. It is all shown very nicely in the series of Vibronics on my YouTube channel. What is the meaning of evolution? How the evolution happens in layers, and why it is simply a circle. The evolution is not a straight line, it is a circle. You come back there where you started. You started from the potential, isn't it? And you grow to the potential only. In between, some drama happens. There is an interesting drama there which is called ignorance or forgetting. It is possible to remove that thing in one day, and then this process continues without problems. Knowledge is the biggest problem, not knowledge, lack of knowledge. So nothing more is needed. The highest practice is remaining aware in the realization of your true nature without words, without getting stuck in the meanings. Oh, I'm not empty. No problem. Be that which you are. Call it anything else, you see. I'm not experienced. No problem. Be that which you are. And this will cause progress. So more you progress, more knowledge you get. And more knowledge you get, more you progress. Knowledge is simply dropping of unnecessary. From the perspective of the path of knowledge, what is unnecessary here? Blind beliefs, indoctrination, assumptions, imaginations, delusions. Somebody told you this is true. Drop it. Nothing is true. The path of knowledge is actually a purification at the highest level that is achievable for a human. That is the level of awareness, isn't it? Knowing what you are is the highest achievement of the human being, although we do not say it like this because it looks like pride. It looks like arrogance that he thinks he is something great. So we don't say it. But this is the truth. You cannot achieve more than this in human form. So Anurakta is, you are already at the highest level, you see, as far as human form is there. After that, there are many steps. What are these steps? That is given in more detail in Tantra Bodhi. I keep saying this thing because those who are interested can do that program. But not everybody will be allowed. I want to tell you this thing. Because, as I said, these practices that accelerate the evolution can cause problems. They are dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, they're very dangerous. So whatever is happening is the best. Whatever Mother Nature is doing is the best. It is already doing your ascension. Don't try to meddle in it. Don't try to obstruct it by stupidity, isn't it? Ignorance, unnecessary hurdles. Who is responsible for me not progressing at a high speed? Me only, nobody else. I am responsible. I need to purify myself. I need to remove the hurdles myself. So, like we said, in the path of knowledge, we start at the highest, the root cause of the retardation in progress, which is ignorance. Once that is taken care of, the other things are automatically purified. See, the program is complete, full, isn't it? You don't have to ask anything more. You never told me about this thing. Can I do that? No, everything is told in the program. Everything that is needed for a complete spiritual transformation is here. You need to simply follow it. It is a miracle, isn't it? And there is a warning also. If nothing like this happens, sometimes failure happens. If the impurities don't go away, if you don't ascend, it can happen, isn't it? So you need to change the tracks, change the path. There's no problem at all. It has happened to me also. And finally you arrive at your path after trying some time in few places. Do not get discouraged. If this one path fails, it tries to take you to the highest point, but if that fails, you can fall back somewhere which is more comfortable. Always do that in the guidance of a good teacher. Otherwise, instead of ascension, knowledge, anything, something bad can happen. We don't know. There is very little information and knowledge about all these practices because it is all kept hidden by these traditions. They don't want ordinary people to access it. They don't want people to play with it. Like you don't want your child to play with matchstick, firecrackers or electricity. So nobody will give you direct knowledge like we do on the path of knowledge. Because what is the danger here? That you will misunderstand or that the ignorance will not be removed by telling or asking you to verify. It will not work. That is the only danger here. That is the only failure. But unlike the path of knowledge, in other paths, some damage can happen to the body, to the nervous system, to the mind, to the environment, to other people. Who knows? That is like playing with fire. So it is not allowed. It is not given online like this. You will need to do more effort. It takes more time, many years to get a little bit of result. On the path of knowledge is direct because pathless path, direct path. If you are made for this, yes, done. Final. This is the final. So here we are going to end today's meeting. Hopefully it was beneficial for all. And keep practicing. And those who have not appeared in exam, you need to verify. Do not appear in exam if there are doubts in your mind. It is a problem actually, because I don't know whether you verified or not. So I'll see you in the next meeting. Thank you everybody for attending to today's meeting.